Brought to you by Almond Auctions, the worldwide leader in antique tractor auctions.
Some might call this Pierre, but it's actually pronounced Pier. This small town nestled along the Missouri River is home to the South Dakota state capitol. It's a place well known to Ken Stofferin, who now stores his prized 1963 Farmall 560 right here in Pierre.
I moved to Lincoln, Nebraska a year ago, and after living here in Pierre for 27 years. And I didn't have a place to store that in Lincoln, Nebraska, and so I just put it in storage here for the time being. And I may move it at some point in the near future, but right now it's stored here.
Retired now, Ken once served as a South Dakota state legislator and state government official. Before that, he spent more than 2 decades raising crops, cattle, and hogs all by himself.
I was dog-tired at the end of the day, but nevertheless I got it all done. But this 560 was a great help to me in that regard. I bought it brand new in 1963 in January in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, from Dakota Farm Equipment at that time. And I farmed 480 acres, 20 miles west of Sioux Falls. And at that time, that was the power. It had about 56, 57 horsepower on the drawbar and about 60 on the power takeoff.
Back in 1963, this was big farm power, and Ken appreciated all the fine features IH packed into this red machine.
This was probably the handiest tractor that I ever had. It had the hydraulic drawbar up and down, and it had the 2-point fast hitch. With the implements like the plow and the cultivator, it just took the one part of the drawbar out and backed into the implement, raised it up, and I was ready to go. It saved my back thousands of times. I would just lower that drawbar down, put it into the hitch of that heavy implement, raise it up, put the pin in, and go. I consider this probably the best tractor I own.
The 560 featured an IHC 6-cylinder engine that offered what Ken calls smooth power.
It drives wonderful. It has power steering, it runs well, it's smooth power, and it's just easy, very easy to handle. It was nice to listen to when you pulled the throttle down. It had the power.
That's red power. Beyond the sturdy engine and the 2-point fast hitch, Ken believes it was the torque amplifier that made the 560 best in class.
That's what made this tractor really great, was the torque amplifier. It gave you 4 more speeds at a reduced speed and more power. That just offered an opportunity for on-the-go shifting without stopping, and it gave you much advantage in the field.
As much as Ken loved his 560, once he quit farming, he reluctantly let the big red machine go.
I had it on the farm, and I had a farm sale in 1985. And it was sold then to a neighbor of mine in the next county. And he had it for 16 years and put a loader on it. And I've always said that if you want to ruin a tractor, put a loader on it. That'll do it.
The 560 had some hard days and was sold a second time, but stayed in South Dakota. In 2003, Ken decided it was time to bring the tractor back into the family. So he traced it to a horse farm near Sioux Falls and instantly recognized his favorite Farmall.
Here's the front, and when I had it, I had put a little ding in this front part of the grill here, a little indentation. And in 2003, when I found the tractor again, it was still there. So I knew it was my tractor. I knew the serial number. Incidentally, it's 1963. The first tractor that rolled off, the first 560 rolled off in 63, was 60,278. This one is 60,595. So this was the 317th one to roll off the line in 63. So I found it, bought it back, paid about the same amount of money for it from the horse farmer that I did originally know, and brought it back and completely restored it.
Does the 560 look good as new? No, Ken thinks it looks even better than the first day he got it all those years ago. And though both are now retired, from now on, Ken and his Farmall 560 are gonna stick together.
Well, it's kind of like a member of the family, if, in so many words. It's nice to have it, and I don't know whether a person gets emotionally tied to these things or not, but farmers do have the propensity, I think, to get tied to certain things, and tractors are one of them.